Today, I'm not coming to you. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for joining me on this journey to getting more enjoyment and success out of our Joomla sites. Today, I'm not coming to you from Bangkok, though I know a number of people in Bangkok, some of them refugees in a pretty tight spot. Some of the most complex extensions that we'll add to our Joomla sites are shopping carts. There's a number of very popular ones for Joomla, and today we're going to look at one of them, Phoca Cart. It's got lots of options, it's got lots of things to set up. It's also got a handy dandy wizard to guide you through that initial setup. And that's what we're going to look at in this tutorial. So let's head on over to the computer and check it out. So Joomla fans, just want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. That'll let you get notifications of new tutorials as soon as they go up on the channel, and also live streams that I'm currently setting up and planning to do. So let's turn our attention now to Phoca Cart and the setup wizard. The great thing about this wizard is it takes you through the basic steps to get your store on your Joomla site all set up, and then you can go and tackle a lot more of the settings and adding products and other things that you want to do to set up your store. So we're logged in already to the back end of a very plain Joomla site that I have here. And I've already installed Phoca Cart. I'm going to go to Components, Phoca Cart, and the first time that you're in after installing it, you'll see the option to start the wizard, and that's what we're going to look at right now. Let's click Start Wizard. This is going to guide you through the steps of setting up your store. As I said, the first step is to create a category. Now for this demonstration, I'm going to pretend I've got a store that sells dogs, and so I'm going to create some categories here. First of all, let's give this category a title. We'll go with dogs. We'll leave alias, that will be filled in. Here, I could select an image that I want for this category. If I want to assign it to another category, I can assign it, if there is one, as a subcategory, just like creating categories in Joomla. And down here, you can put a description for your category, and this is using the default editor that comes with Joomla. Your publishing options, a date when it can be published, and your metadata options. Pretty much the basic standard stuff. Your description paragraph and some keywords, key phrases. So I'm going to save. I'm actually going to go save and new, because what I want to do is create two more categories just to flesh this out later on the front of the site. I'm going to create another category called Big Dogs. Skip everything, but I'm going to assign it to the dogs as a parent category. And I'm going to go save and new again. And we're going to go small dogs. And that's all I'm going to do. I'll put that there as well under the dogs category. And I'm going to go, this time, I'm just going to go save. That will save this new one. And now an option to proceed for the next step in the wizard would be to use this orange button over here, back to wizard. So this time we'll use that method. Click back to wizard. And then we go start wizard. There we go. And then we've got create tax. So let's create a tax. The title will be, I don't know, it depends on your jurisdiction, but I'm going to put the province that I live in Canada, British Columbia, BC provincial sales tax. And I think that rate is like 5. And we're going to use a %, not just a fixed amount. And we have our publishing options there. It's published. And this time I'm going to go save and close. Saving and close gives us to that list. Now I'm going to click back to wizard. And here's the list showing now. Now let's create a product. I've got some ideas written down here. First of all, I'm going to sell Rex. And Rex is, leave the tax rate. Yeah, I'm going to have to charge tax on Rex. And the category, Rex is a big dog. And your manufacturer, all this other stuff we can leave now. And you'll see there's plenty of options here to go to later on, or if you know them right away while you're setting up your store, to do them right now. But this just gets things rolling. So we'll just look at the basic things here. So we've got Rex, and we're going to save Rex, and we're going to do a new one because we're also going to sell Bingo, who is also a big dog. Oh, hey, Rex, we didn't put a price in for him, so I guess he's going to be free. But right now, let's sell Bingo for $50. And the category, he's a big dog. We'll go save and new. Next, we're going to sell Fifi. And Fifi's a smaller dog. We'll sell Fifi for $25. Yes, tax. You know the drill here. Fifi's a small dog. And I'll go save and new and do one more. And Lars. Why not? Lars. A dog named Lars. $25. He's small. Give him the tax. Make him a small dog. And we're going to go save and close now. All right, there's our 4 beginning products. We'll click back to the wizard. The next thing to go to is create a shipping method. I can't really ship my dogs that I want to sell, so I'm going to make a shipping method of pickup. Come and pick them up. And it's free to pick them up at my house, so we'll leave it at that. There's no tax on picking them up. Fixed amount, all these other things. Shipping, no, we're not going to ship them. We'll leave that blank. I could put in an image just to go with this particular pickup. I could use the words pickup down here in the description. I can describe, come and pick your dog up at my house. Here's the address, all sorts of things like that. And that's really good enough for the pickup. And of course, here's many more fields that you can fill in for setting up your store. We'll go save and close, and back to the wizard. Here we go next. What are we doing? At least one payment method. All right. Let's create a payment method for PayPal. Pretty standard. For selling things online. Set the shipping cost. We'll just leave that blank for now. The tax rate. We'll go BCPST. Fixed amount. Select payment method. Now here, this has already been installed with Phoca Cart, and so we will pick PayPal Standard. And you can have a description of this method and a picture to go with it. Now, one thing I would set up at this point, by I have all these tabs here. Let's go to the payment method options. This is where you put in the address that you use for your PayPal account. And so I'm just going to put test@test.com at this point. And are you using PayPal in sandbox testing mode or not? Then you can say yes or no. And you can go through and just check these other statuses that are assigned when things happen. But that's for another time. So we'll go save and close. Next, back to the wizard. We will then go to add or import new countries. Now, one of the things here, you're going to start out with a list of countries. Well, actually, you'll start out with no list of countries. And you have an option. You could go new, and you could start adding countries. For instance, the title, the name of the country, and adding codes that you want to it, and an image. Or what you can do, I'll click cancel, is you can use this import world countries, and that by using that button, you'll import all the countries of the world. Now, it's important to note that if you put in a country manually, this import world countries button will not work because it needs an empty table of countries in order to import them all. So at this point, you have to choose whether you're just going to manually put in countries or put in all the countries. So I'm going to click import world countries. And here they all are alphabetically. And if there's any in here you don't want showing up or being an option or coming up, then you can always just select them and you can unpublish them. Or you could actually, if you want, you could go through the list. Here's 10 at a time. We'll switch to, or 20 at a time. We'll switch to 100. Could select all items on the 3 screens that you'll move through the pagination at the bottom, and unpublish them all. And then what you could do is you could go through and you could search for individual countries and then manually go and publish them if you've unpublished them all. So that's import world countries. Let's go back to the wizard. Next is to add or import new regions. The same thing applies here. If you've manually put in a country and you only want to have a few regions where that are set up in your cart, then this is where you do it manually. If you want to put in all the regions of the world, go ahead and import regions. And that's what I'm going to do right here. Back to the wizard. Next, create a menu link to Phoca cart. That's a good idea. We'll click this blue button there, and that takes us to menus, all menu items, where we can create a new menu item that points to our shopping cart. So I'm going to click new. And so first of all, I'm going to give that menu a title. This will show up on the site. So I'm going to put dog store. And then the menu item type, I'm going to select. Going to go to Phoca cart. And let's just go to the categories view. You have other options that you can create links to, but I'm going to go to the categories view. The next step is to assign this new menu item to a menu. And we're going to add it to the main menu. That's all we need to do. Of course, you have all those other ordinary menu link options. So then we will go save and close. And we will, because we're outside of the outside of Phoca cart, when we save that new menu item, we just need to go back to Components, Phoca cart. The wizard will start up, and now we have left one thing: add or edit Phoca cart modules. Now, if you already have installed the modules, which are a separate package than the basic cart extension itself, then you could just go to add or edit at this point. If you haven't, you can now go and download those modules. Now, right now, if I click on this link, download Phoca cart modules, nothing happens. Something is broken there. It needs to be fixed. And I'm going to let Jan, who's created this cart, know about that. So I'm sure it'll be fixed soon. But a workaround is to right-click on it and open in a new tab. And what that will do, once we go to the tab, is show us where we can download all the modules. Let's click download and save it to our computer. Once it's there, we can go back, and then we can go to, I think it is add or edit modules. It shows that are listed. Nope, there's none there. We want to install that package that we just downloaded. So we go extensions, manage, install, upload a package is what I'm going to select. Browse for a file. Go into the folder where I saved those Phoca cart modules. Double click. They'll upload. Now they're installed. Now to get to those, we have a couple of options. We could go back to Components and Phoca cart to the wizard, which shows everything completed here. But we could still go add or edit modules. It takes us back to where all the modules are listed. And at this point, we could search for either Phoca in the name of them, hit enter, and that will list all of them there. Or another little trick, if you want to have them all at the top, since we just installed them, let me clear that search, is you can go over to the ID of the modules and sort by the number. The first click shows the lowest number at the top first, and then click again and you'll see the most recent, the highest numbers. And there you have Phoca cart, wish list, cart search, product, filter, currency, all those things. So those modules are in there for you to assign to your template and set up and use as you want with the cart. Now let's just go back to Components, Phoca cart, back to the wizard. Now, edit Phoca cart options is already showing as edited. I haven't gone in there yet, although it may have been from me testing earlier that it shows that. But what you do want to do is go to the options that come with Phoca cart. Now, if you are used to Phoca cart and other Phoca extensions, you know about the options And right now this has gone right to the permissions tab first, but let's start over here at display. And here is the main description for your cart. You can type it in here. You can type your terms and conditions in here. And you can also have your checkout description in this field as well. And then as you go down, there'll be a number of things that you want to look at and set up for your store. You don't have to do this all now, but just know that this is where these many settings are. Categories view, category and items view, and whatnot going down. These are all, this will all be very familiar if you're used to Phoca Gallery or Phoca Download, finding the menu, or finding the setup options like this. Let's scroll back up to the top. Next, we can click on calculation. Lots of settings for you to be aware of here for your site. Discount, creating product discounts, cart discount options, coupon options. Once you've created coupons, these things will fill in. Users, display, edit profile, options for them. Main, now this is important because before you start uploading images, you want to set what size those images will appear inside of the cart. So a large image width, you can read the descriptions here, medium image width, and small image width. And whether you want thumbnails cropped where thumbnails are being used. Do these settings before you upload any pictures, because that will save you having to reconfigure the thumbnails and the image sizes if you change them later on. But you can change them later on, but it's much easier to do this right from the beginning. And more settings for you to check out. And even if you're going to enable, ask a question and put the description in there for that. And again, still lots of things to look at. Recaptcha, all sorts of things like that. And store. Here you're going to give your store a title. I will call this Tim's Dog Store. You're going to put the store logo, select it here, upload the image, or if you already have it in your images file folder, you pick that there. Store information, you can make it there just like you would in an article. And basically, that's the end of all the options, of course, unless you're going to create access control lists for different people to have access to your cart. I'm going to save and close that. And that will probably, it might take us back to the, it took us right back to the control panel. So next what we can do is go to Components, Phoca Cart, and now you're ready to continue doing things, setting up your cart. Just to double check that everything is up there that we did as the test, we will preview the front page, and there is our link dog store up here. This is just a test site, so it's not meant to be pretty. Click on dog store and we will see the dogs category. Now there's something that I forgot to do. If I click on view category, it just shows products that would be assigned to dogs, which we didn't because I had those subcategories. But they're not showing up here in the dog store. And that's because I need to change one setting. And let's do that right now. We'll go back to Phoca Cart Control Panel. We'll click on Options. And under Display, we want to scroll down past Main Description, Terms and Conditions, Checkout Description to these options. In the Categories view, we want to display subcategories. And the number we put in here is how many levels the subcategories will show. So we want to show one level of subcategories, but for good measure, I'm going to put in 2. In fact, let's just go 1 level. Sorry, that's the way it should be. And then also down here for single category and item views, we can show 1 level. Now I will save that, leave it open. We'll go back to this dog store link, refresh. And there's the big dogs. Now it's only showing 1, so I was right. I should have selected 2. And we'll put 2 there as well. Save that. Refresh. And now I fix that up. And now if we click on big dogs, we can then go in to Rex. Remember, I forgot to put a price, so there is no price there. And Bingo, who are for sale as big dogs. We can go back to dogs here and look at small dogs. And there's Fifi and Lars. Basically, the store is set up. Everything that's needed to start is there. Now I could just polish my dog store, put images in for Fifi and Lars and the products and taxes and countries and go back. Because remember, as I said in the introduction, shopping carts are amongst the most extensive and detailed extensions that we'll add to our Joomla sites. And so that's the case with Phoca Cart, as it is with any of the decent and robust cart extensions. Question for you Joomla fans, do you use Phoca Cart? How do you use Phoca Cart? Place your answer in the comment section below. Even post a link to your Phoca Cart on your site so others could go and check out how you're using it. Maybe it'll give them ideas for using it on their sites. And also, if you want tutorials on Phoca Cart, on what topic would you like? Put that in the comments below. So yes, like, comment, share the video. Most of all, enjoy using your Joomla sites. God bless. It's Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Today, I'm not broadcasting to you from, I'm not coming to you. I guess I'm broadcasting, but thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me.